We're holding up a mirror to Season 3. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments from 13 Reasons Why Season 3.
You know what, Ani? F off.
We'll be looking at some of the most memorable moments from Season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. If you haven't seen all of Season 3 yet, be warned, a major spoiler alert is in effect. Number 10. Clay gets arrested.
I will kill you.
Clay is immediately the prime suspect when Bryce Walker turns up dead. The police don't even seem interested in looking at anyone else seriously.
Ray Jensen, I have a warrant for your arrest for the murder of Bryce Walker. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
So it's not a surprise when during one of the most climactic moments of the entire season, the sheriff storms the high school and an army of cops takes Clay away. Before now, he'd simply been questioned by authorities. But after putting together the motive, the means, and the fact that Clay threatened to kill Bryce the night he died, they had all they needed to make an official arrest.
I'm going to kill you. Do you recall sending that text?
It sets in motion the events that will bring the group closer together in their efforts to save Clay, and point to what is in store for next season.
You didn't mean it. And why did you delete the message after we found his body?
I was scared. I knew this was gonna happen.
Number 9. Tyler's photo exhibition.
So there's a picture of everyone that's helped me this year, and I wanted to say thank you.
All of the characters on this show have been through their fair share of trauma, and Tyler is certainly no exception.
Having friends is an amazing thing.
One of the major storylines of Season 3 is Tyler's road to recovery from what happened to him last season. There was a time when it seemed that Tyler was possibly beyond help, but Clay and Jessica, along with the whole crew, never gave up on him. In return, Tyler makes a photo exhibition of and for all of his friends who helped him through a time so dark, he didn't think he would ever see the light.
And the amount that I contributed to your life being hell over the years, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Thank you.
It's an understatement to say that it's a heartwarming moment in Tyler's journey. It's also one of the only moments that shows a glimmer of hope for the future.
Are we gonna live with this?
We're survivors, you and me. FML forever.
Number 8. Bryce listens to Hannas' tapes.
Have you even listened to her tapes?
I never got the tapes.
They were on the internet.
Yeah, but they took them down.
After 2 months.
Another major storyline this season is Bryce's attempt at redemption. Whether or not you think he deserves it, Bryce definitely seems genuine in his attempts to turn his life around, even if he doesn't always know how to go about it the right way.
Are you ready?
Could I ever be?
The quintessential moment in this journey is when he finally listens to Hannas' tapes.
You gripped my wrists and pushed yourself inside of me. I begged you, please, Bryce, but you told me to relax.
This is the moment where he goes from being simply sorry for his actions to taking accountability for them. Hearing for the first time all of the damage that he caused begins to really change Bryce.
Maybe I should be dead. Not Hannah.
Maybe no one should be.
Number 7. Bryce's funeral.
I'm sorry, and goodbye.
Between Clay and the whole gang showing up, Bryce's disaster of a father, and the HO protest, Bryce's funeral is a powder keg ready to blow.
Late to his own son's funeral.
No, it's
Am I not surprised?
It's hard to imagine trying to feel sympathy for a rapist, but seeing the way Bryce's father behaves at his funeral gives us an inside look at Bryce's pain.
How many drinks have you had this morning?
Get off my ass.
We were burying your son today.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, none of that is an excuse for the terrible things that Bryce has done, and his mom does not make excuses for him in her eulogy. But it shows another perspective to Bryce's life that we didn't necessarily see before.
He had a soul that wanted to be good, and a heart that didn't always know how.
And even if you don't feel sympathy for Bryce Walker, hearing his mother's speech might at least make you think twice about whether or not the HO protest is a good idea.
Bryce Walker was a rapist!
Believe survivor!
Hey! Get that sign down!
Number 6. Tony's family gets deported.
Don't worry. I'll be strong. I'll be strong for everyone, I promise.
This show does not shy away from difficult issues teenagers face today. In this season, it adds immigration and deportation to the list.
Maybe they went to the store.
No, something's wrong.
Tony arrives home with the intention of introducing his boyfriend Caleb to his family for the first time. But Tony's family is nowhere to be found. It's revealed that they have been taken by ICE.
My family, they're gone. ICE.
This moment not only adds to the intensity of Tony's storyline, as he finds out it was the walkers who are to blame, but it also shows the abruptness and immediacy of deportation.
You were right about ICE. I asked my mom about it. My dad gave him up.
But it also shows the abruptness and immediacy of deportation. Tony was expecting to have dinner with his family, but by the time he got there, they were gone. The oven still on.
Doesn't make any sense.
Let me see.
They left everything on.
Number 5. Everyone listens to Bryce's tape for Jessica.
I think you guys should hear it.
In a profound moment, Bryce takes a cue from Hannah and goes back to how this all began to give his last words.
I know, a tape. Yes, I did it on purpose. Not to be a dick, but because the day I listened to those tapes, my life changed.
Bryce makes a tape of his own, recording an apology to Jessica and confessing to all of his actions. For the first time, he takes true responsibility for all of the pain that he's caused, and he expresses his hope to become a better man.
I raped you. I heard you say no, and I did it anyway. Because I wanted to. And I didn't care how you felt.
At the end of everything, Jessica plays the tape for the whole gang, and they listen in stunned silence to the final words anyone will ever hear from Bryce Walker.
I'd like to say that I'm not the same person who raped you anymore, Jess. But what I've come to realize is that I'll always be him.
If you couldn't feel any sympathy for Bryce at his funeral, this scene might just have been enough to show you some humanity in the monster.
I wish you the best, Jess. Truly. Goodbye.
Number 4. Homecoming protest and fight on the field. The anticipation leading up to this climactic moment is palpable. Throughout the whole season, we hear about some big mess that happened at the homecoming game, but we barely even get a glimpse as to what actually happened, until this moment where all is revealed.
Dogs are the bullies, criminals, and rapists of liberty!
Well, she's got their attention now.
Go
Holy shit.
An HO protest on the field turns into a huge fight when one of the players from Hillcrest sexually harasses Jessica.
Oh, hell no.
This went wrong.
Both teams quickly clear their benches and a brawl ensues.
And yeah, Clay went after Bryce in that fight.
But even though the protest and the brawl ended in disaster, some good came out of it after all. Number 3. Sexual assault survivors speak up at assembly.
If you think sexual assault doesn't affect your life, you're wrong. There are survivors all around us.
After the brawl that broke out at the homecoming game, Jessica is told by the school principal that she must issue a public apology to both schools involved.
Let them know that you're there to listen. It's time for you to know the survivors in your life, to hear their stories and to know that their voice matters.
But did any of us really expect Jessica to get up and apologize for speaking her truth?
My name is Jessica Davis, and I'm a survivor.
Instead, she takes the opportunity to give an empowered speech about rape culture and sexual assault, where she inspires other survivors to stand up and speak their truth too.
My name is Tyler Down, and I'm a survivor.
Both girls and boys declared themselves as survivors, including Tyler, as well as someone no one expected, Justin Foley.
My name is Justin Foley, and I'm a survivor.
It's a powerful moment where for the first time the school principal sees just how big the problem really is, and the student body shares a moment of unity.
And we will continue to fight to make sure that no one is assaulted, harassed, or abused at this school. We will not sit down, we will not be quiet, we will not rest until that happens.
Number 2. Bryce's killer revealed.
Wait, guys, wait, please. I can't walk. I can't even stand up. Can you help me get home? Or to a hospital?
The long-awaited reveal of Bryce's killer is somehow simultaneously shocking and expected. Nope, it wasn't Zach, even though he beats Bryce nearly to death after Bryce destroyed his knee during the homecoming fight.
We're going to hell.
Well, I'll see you there.
It actually makes a lot of sense that Alex is the one to push Bryce off the pier.
I'm gonna f up his other knee and wreck his life. You're not gonna do anything to Zach. I'm gonna destroy him.
We've seen his aggression bubbling up all season, and like Alex says, Bryce has hurt pretty much everyone Alex cares about. So when he hears Bryce talking about getting back at Zach, he finally snaps.
Alex, what the f?
In all those years of being manipulated, all the rage, the hurt burst out of him.
The harrowing scene is narrated with Ani conspiring with the rest of the gang to pin it all on Monty, while exonerating Clay, Alex, Jessica, and the rest of the crew.
If you search through Monty's things, his room, perhaps his football locker, I imagine you'll find it.
Season 3 sure was a doozy. Now before we get to the number 1 moment from the 3rd season that shook us the most, here's some honorable mentions.
What if I can make it so that you're not afraid anymore? I mean, look, I can't take those memories away from you. And I can't get rid of Monty. But I think I can make it better for you.
I feel a pinch. You're doing great.
Hey, it was nice meeting you. We should hang out sometime.
What'd you say to me, faggot?
Dude, chill, all right?
Oh, shit.
No, hey, it's fine.
Speak and you die. This is 5,000 to cover Justin's debt and to make sure that you leave him alone. For good.
And what are you gonna do if I don't?
Then I guess you're gonna have to find out how good of a friend I really am.
Number 1. Tyler tells Clay what happened to him.
But you can tell me. You know that, right? You know I care about you.
This entire season is full of poignant moments, but this one is hands down the most emotional. Tyler finally tells Clay exactly what happened to him that day in the bathroom last spring. After the almost school shooting, the gang had been wondering what happened to push Tyler over the edge like that.
It held my head in the toilet and Monty, he got a mop and he
Part of Tyler's initial pain came from feeling alone, so it's truly touching that Tyler feels that he can trust Clay enough to tell him about his assault. Equally as moving is when Tyler shares his suicide video with Jessica. Though it is hard to watch, it's also beautiful to see Tyler speak his truth and be not just accepted, but loved and understood.
So sorry that this happened to you, and I'm so sorry that I didn't know.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.